Hello everyone, I am Jogén Hummingbird. I am with the Footsteps to Peace. I am an intuitive channel, astrologer, Reiki master, and a spiritual life coach. If anything I say in today's reading resonates with you and you would like to book your own personal reading with me, you can head over to my website, which is jogendivinity.com. That is jogendivinity.com, and you can click on the offerings tab to take a look at everything I have available. So I wanted to jump on here and give you guys your full moon energy reading for the upcoming full moon in Leo that we have happening on February 5th, 2023. And the beautiful thing about this full moon in Leo is that we have it perfectly opposing the sun, both at 16 degrees. Moon at 16 degrees of Leo, the sun at 16 degrees of Aquarius, perfectly opposing. So this is a very powerful time. And we also have it perfectly squaring, or not perfectly squaring, 1 degree off of squaring, but we have it square Uranus and Taurus, which is what just left a retrograde earlier this month. So as the day that I'm recording this is January 27th. So this is a beautiful time to really understand not only what Leo is trying to do for us, what Aquarius is trying to do for us, but also what is Taurus trying to do for us. This is a very fixed energy time period for all of us. The only fixed sign that's missing here is Scorpio. And so let's take a look at the energy reading for the upcoming full moon in Leo, guys. So the cards we had come out of the deck, we have last quarter moon in Libra, make time for self-love. We also have last quarter moon in Aries, work through your feelings. And then full moon in Libra, find a balance. How interesting how we have, with this Leo full moon coming up, we have 3 signs with active aspects that are all fixed. And then all the cards that we get, they're 3 cardinal cards. How interesting. So what this tells me right away, before we even look at into the meaning of the cards, what this feels like in the energy for some of you right away, there's a split between a couple of the viewers here. Some of you are working a lot with this fixed energy, and this is a really good time for you to get set on what it is that you're wanting to be seen as in the world, and what you're trying to do here, and how it's going to serve your collective, and what your mission is, and what fulfills you, what makes you feel like you're having fun. But then for others of you, this is a really good time for you to get practical. This Saturnian energy of Aquarius, traditionally, modernly it's ruled by Uranus. And you'll hear a lot of astrologers nowadays say that Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, but traditionally it was ruled by Saturn. So this is the feminine of Saturn, or this is the masculine of Saturn, excuse me. Capricorn is the feminine of Saturn, and Aquarius is the masculine of Saturn. So this is all about the time period to set something into motion that is functional, that is foundational, but isn't something that you have to have commitment to, that you have to cling to, or that you have to stay devoted to forever and ever and ever, and you can't ever change. This is a really good time period for the ones of you that are in this cardinal energy with the Libra, Aries, Libra. This feels like for some of you with this Saturn energy, with the Capricornian influence, the more feminine aspect of this, even though we are talking about Aquarius and Leo. We'll get back to that in a minute. But this definitely feels like for those of you who are on this cardinal timeline, that you guys are taking this time with this Leo full moon, perfectly opposing the sun in Aquarius and perfectly squaring Uranus and Taurus. Geez, I cannot think. This is a lot of energy channeling through for you guys right now. So this time period is a really good time to get clear on what it is that you actually need to do. What are the practical steps? What's the plan? What are your ideas? Get creative. Get your thinking cap on. Not in the sense that you need to be only masculine. I mean, this Aquarian energy is the masculine of Saturn, but with even just the color palette of this feels a little bit more feminine. It feels a little bit more Venusian. It feels a little Venus, Libra. It feels a little bit more feminine. So not that we need to pay attention to what was going on fully in Capricorn season, but it feels like a little bit for those of you in this cardinal timeline that some of you have something that's unfinished from Capricorn season that's carrying over into this Aquarian season, and especially being lit up with this Leo full moon. So with that aside, let's read the cards actually for once. So with the making time for self-love, work through your feelings and find a balance, this also feels like it's a really good time for everybody to just kind of let go of everything that isn't about you. Let go of everything that isn't about what you are doing right now, what you are here on the planet to be doing, what you are inspired by, what you're here to create, what your message is to spread to the world, what your invitation to people is in this lifetime, what your invitation for yourself is in this lifetime. This is a really powerful, powerful time. With the full moon in Libra, find a balance. This definitely feels like you guys are this is a really powerful time with all the duality that is going on. All the air signs represent duality in and of themselves because it is the intuitive essence of the masculine, and intuition is innately a feminine essence. So it's like the kind of clusterfuck, brain fuck of the masculine that it is. So this air energy, especially with this Libra, with the Venus energy showing up for us, this is really about cultivating a harmonious relationship with ourselves again. With the Leo energy, the 16th degree of Leo is all about the sunshine after the storm. So this is talking about after all the crazy bullshit from the retrograde periods, after all the crazy bullshit that we experienced in 2022, after all of that is said and done, how can we come back into balance and find the light, find the truth, find what gives us life? Because the light of the sun, the sunshine, the 16th degree of Leo being the sunshine after the storm, the light after a period of darkness, of the light not being present, gives more life. It brings more life. It brings more photosynthesis to plants. It produces more vitamin D within our bodies. It gives more life, period. So this is a really good time to understand how to cultivate a balanced relationship between the darkness that was just ensuing and the light that you're about to step into. This is a really good integration period. With this, work through your feelings and make time for self-love. This is like the perfect embodiment of what I was just talking about, the duality of this, like the work through your feelings, understand that your shadows and your darkness and your pain and your trauma is totally valid, but it is not you. And that you need to make more time for more self-love, integrating love into self. Not just, I'm good enough, I'm good, and then going about the world and complaining about all your problems again, but rather loving yourself into wholeness, so that way all of this feelings, all these feelings, all these dense shit that you've been experiencing doesn't get in the way of your capacity to experience and cultivate love, not only for yourself, but for other people, as Libra is all about the people. So let's go ahead and take a look at some tarot cards here as well for the upcoming Leo full moon. So we have 7 of Cups and 7 of two sevens in a row. Beautiful. 7-7. So some of you, funnily enough, my life path number is 7, and Libra is the 7th house with the Libra energy we just had show up. So some of you could also work a lot with the number 7. I also feel some of you might be diving into like matters of relationships around this time period. Just funnily enough, with the moon and the sun opposing each other, the moon is representative of the goddess, sun is representative of the god. So the divine masculine and the divine feminine are perfectly opposing each other in like the feminine side, like of, you know, the sun, Leo, the expressive feminine essence of the sun, the masculine, and then like with the moon being over there, the feminine being in that sign, and then the sun being in the masculine essence of Saturn, Aquarius. That's super, super profound. So some of you, I feel you could be either getting into a relationship or you're dealing with matters of the relationship right now with the divine masculine, divine feminine energy being so present and opposing right now. Some of you could be getting into challenges surrounding your relationships. With the 7 of Cups, this talks about overwhelmment and not knowing what to do. And the 7 of Swords talking about taking what you need and leaving. Not, sometimes this is associated with like leave no trace behind, but at the same time, the way that I'm reading this in the energy, the dynamic between these two energies and what we have already present and astrologically what we have going on, this also feels like some of you are possibly leaving a situation that was overwhelming. You might be leaving certain dynamics or connections or even lifestyles and habits. Some of you, this also feels in the energy that you are working on your mindset of shifting out of victimhood consciousness and into a more empowered state of being. With the Aquarian and the Leo energy, in their shadow frequencies, they're very victimhooded, but in their most enlightened frequencies, they are the absolute fucking opposite of victimhood. If anything, in the most enlightened frequency of ego, it is the fully realized conscious awareness of being the embodiment of source energy and sharing that, filling you the cup and letting it overflow to others around you without having to just give from your cup freely and it being empty at the end of the day. Because it's being filled by Aquarius. It's being filled by the masculine. It's being supported by the masculine essence of Aquarius, the action of the water being poured, as opposed to the water just being fucking spilled everywhere. Aquarius is the container and the carrier for the water. It is the masculine structure and support for the expression and the essence of like the flariness of the Leo feminine it's opposing. So this is a really powerful time for some of you to also be coming into harmony with the divine masculine and the divine feminine within yourself. Some of you are cultivating a deeper level of not just harmony, but really just understanding and unity between the two aspects of yourself. There's a lot of unification energy within this. Aquarius energy does represent the collective consciousness, unity consciousness, the bridging of the divine masculine and the divine feminine. So with the sun, the heavenly body that rules over the ego concept in astrology, being in the sign of collective consciousness and unity, non-separation, but at the same time not sacrificing authenticity. This is a really powerful time to understand who you really are and what you're here to do. Not in the sense of the Capricorn, place the seeds for all the big pictures, blah, blah, blah. But this is like, okay, how am I here to show up and express? What is this to do with me and not just with everybody around me? But how can me being more myself benefit the people around me? And how can me being more myself create a better world? Okay, so let's get some last messages here. One last oracle card. Just one. And there it is. Let's see. Transformation. Things are changing at a cellular level. Deep healing. We were talking about transformation earlier. And there's the Scorpio energy right there. That's the other fixed sign that we're missing. It's at the end. It's death. It's death. It's death. It's the end. It's the completion. It's once this transformation is over, then we can emerge as the highest iteration of Scorpio, the phoenix rising from the ashes. Okay, so that is the energy reading that we have for the Leo full moon that's coming up on February 5th. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you resonated, go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to the Footsteps to Peace. And don't forget to click notification bell icon so you are notified every time we upload a video. And then again, if you are interested in that personal reading, my information is down below in the description. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Many blessings.